Well, good afternoon and welcome to Sea Fishing with CJ. We're on the road today. Jason and I, Jason, the Eastbourne Fisherman.
Hello.
If you haven't checked out his channel, please do so.
Thanks very much.
I don't know why I'm selling his channel because he's got far more subscribers than I have, but yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube and on Facebook, etc. Yeah, we're going somewhere different. We're heading east. We're going to go to Dungeness. So we're on the road. Should be there in about less than an hour now. So somewhere I haven't fished for over 40 years. So it'll be interesting to see how it fishes and what it's like and what the access is like. But that's where we're going today. So no more ado. I keep saying that, don't I? So once we get there, we'll start filming again. Well, we're here. Bit of a slog because we don't have keys or access to the gate, so it doesn't mean you've got to park on the road and walk to the point. But it's just the vista. We've just stopped for a little breather. Both of us have bought far too much gear, as usual. So we're stopping for the week. But those are the power stations over there. Both now decommissioned. One being decommissioned and one that's actually gone. And it's got 2 lighthouses and lots of holiday residences. But we'll keep on slogging. I don't know what that T is. I guess that's something to do for lining up for navigation. Yeah, so we're on our way. Nearly there. A little bit more of a slog to go, and then I'll start filming again once we start fishing. Well, we're on the beach and the traps are set. I did notice that the left-hand rod was bouncing just now, so I've been setting up cameras and all God knows what else. So let's walk down there and see if we've got a fish on, see if we've broken the blank already. So let's get down there and do it. I'm fishing with a multiplier on my Ziplex, so I've got a Pen Fathom on there, and on my Pen Mag 4 rod, which is actually a multi-purpose rod. So I thought we'll test that. So I've got a fixed spool on it, and as you can see, I've got the reel seat further up. What I haven't got with me is a finger fob, so I'm probably going to end up with a sore finger, but in a small price to pay in the name of the sport. So let's wind that in and see if we've got anything going on. It was bobbing around a little bit just now, but that could be I've got weed on it, it could be anything. So let's see if we've broken the blank already. Bit of weight there, but it could be weed, it could be that the wires dragging in the sand. I do like this Pen rod, it's really handling this well. Let's walk down with it. Got a monster. What's that coming out of the surf? Is it a monster? Not bringing in any other lines. Definitely got a bit of weed on there. What we got going on? There's a fish there. There's 2 fish there. Woohoo! Well, there we go. Not a blank, a brace of dogfish. First cast, and not the target species, but not a blank nonetheless. So we'll get rid of these, and then you know what that means, don't you? Yes, exactly. And boom. Not the blank dance and end music. A bit dark. There you go, a bit of light. Let's try a bit more light. See what happens if I put more light. That's better. Okay, so we've had our first result, a couple of dogfish. I'm going to wind the other rod in now because that's bouncing and rattling away. See what we've got on there. Jason's had a whiting, so we've had dogfish and whiting between us so far. We've only been set up for not very long. What I did just see now when I went down to cast my second rod out though, there was a seal just here. So good sign, it's a seal here, it means there's fish here. Bad sign is that it could put the fish off, but we'll find out. Or it could rob your bait as it's coming in, or your fish as it's coming in, which would also not be very good. But anyway, let's get the other rod in and see what's going on. This is the multiply rod, this is on monofill, so the bite registration won't be quite as good. So this could have been really rattling away for a while and I've not seen it. Oh, feels like there's something there. My other rod, which I've only just cast out, that's going as well. Yeah, that's going as well, definitely. I think it might be one of those nights, might have to go down to one rod. Oh, start putting some ambitious baits out. Oh yeah, that right hand rod is definitely rattling. So, I would say a whiting on that rod. I'll see. Yeah, another dogfish down there I believe. And a whiting on the top hook. So, a whiting and a dogfish. So that's 2 casts, 4 fish. Let's get this whiting off, get the dogfish back. I have a suspicion it's going to be one of those nights. You might have to go down to one rod. Yeah, so a tiny little whiting. Nice live bait size. Feel a stinger rig coming on, maybe. That's what I might do, actually. Whack this out and we'll put a stinger rig on. Well, those little rods, they are rattling a bit there. Jason just had another couple of fish. I'm going to set up a stinger rig now because whack that out and then don't mind if I catch a little whiting on it, but I don't catch a dogfish on it, that's the only problem. It's just the gamble we have to take. Right, well we've had some nods and rattles on this. We'll get it in, we're going to put a stinger rig onto it when we bait it up. Feels like there's something here. Doggies again maybe? That's the only thing I'm concerned about with a stinger rig is I don't want a dogfish on it. Certainly some weight. Another brace of dogfish. Coming in packs at the moment, but we're going to put a stinger rig out now, but as I say, I'm a bit concerned because what I don't want to do is get a dogfish on as live bait because that's a weight pointless, but whatever, there is some more small whiting out there as well, so gamble on that. At least the dogfish are only getting lip hook, which is a result. Right, that's 2 dogfish, get them back. So we've got a stinger rig set up here, so I don't think you can see this, but it's a big hook. It's about size 6 or 8, I think 8.0 even maybe, with a small 1 on a short snood. It's got a luminous bead above it, which we'll light up, so we'll get it glowing well, so it's out and it's glowing, so hopefully we'll pick up something quickly on it. So we'll just illuminate that with a bit of ultraviolet. And let's just hope that we don't just pick a dogfish up on this. But you know, we can bring it in, check it every so often. I think there's no problem with this. So that should be nice and luminous in the water. And we'll whack that out. It's got a 6-ounce lead on it. Yeah, see what we get. Right, I don't know what we got on here. We'll find out and have a look. Been out for a while, and to be honest, I've been messing around doing stuff, so every possibility is just bare hooks. Bit of weed on the leader knot. Oh no! Oh! 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 Whoa! What have we here? Look at this. I think it's a little flounder. Oh no, it's definitely a dab. It's the curve in its lateral line. So this fin, you think the lateral line is like the fish's ears. They have this curve so that it's not underneath this fin. So it's like not having your ears underneath your armpits. But yeah, target achieved. Target achieved. Beauty. Beauty. Now, have I got to measure this for Jason's competition is the question. Also got a little whiting. Now let's hope that a stinger rig has picked up a little whiting like this. That would be a happy day. Right, we're going to get this one back. We're going to measure the dab and register it. Jason's got a contest this month. The species this month is dabs. I've taken a picture for his contest, but just for the purposes of the video. "27 centimetres," and I've got to put this picture, this bit of paper, next to it for the still that goes onto his thing. But so let's get this boy back while he's still alive. See if we can't get another one. Oh, I can't be doing all this contest malarkey. It's a lot of faffing around, isn't it? Oh, puff and puff, puff and puff, puff and puff. Hard work. So that little dab was on a manky piece of worm. Just goes to show that's what you fish for dabs with. Let's hope the dogfish have moved on. Cup of tea, pasty. Okay, we're gonna draw in the stinger rig just to see what we picked. Oh, hello. That was a long pull on the stinger rig then. Yeah, we'll bring in the stinger rig, see what's on there. As I say, I don't really want a dogfish on it, so we'll bring it in, freshen the bait up on it, and put it back out again. Feels heavy, which makes me think it's probably a dogfish on there. I'm dreaming for the day when I pull into this stinger rig and it pulls back at me because I've picked something decent on the live bait. Persevere with it. Bucket list for this year is to get something decent on the stinger rig. This Pen Mag 4 rod is performing really nicely with a fixed ball on it as well. It's definitely a multi-purpose rod. definitely a multi-purpose rod. Here we go, what have we got here? We have we have a lot of weed and some plastic and nothing on the stinger rig. So we'll get that baited back up and get it back out. Get all this crap off here. But yeah, there you go. Cleared of weed, rebaited up with a nice piece of worm rather than a smelly bit of worm, because I don't want to catch dabs on this either. It wants to be a whiting. We're going to get the glow bead glowing, so we give it some UV light. The weight is UV as well, glowy weight. We get that bead nice and glowy. And we'll wet that out and keep on fishing. Let's hope we get something on the stinger rig. As I say, it is my bucket list. It's on my bucket list for this year to catch something decent on a stinger rig. Anything really that's going to take a live bait, other than a big white. Well, no, a big whiting, big whiting would be cool. So let's get it out there and have a look. Right, let's get this oil rod in, see what's going on in there. Definitely nodding and banging, nodding and rattling, yeah. And then we're going to bait that back up with some stinky frozen black lug. See if we can't get ourselves another dab on it. If we haven't got a dab on it this time, of course. So here we go. Obviously monofill on this one, so you've got to wind down into the monofill and take the stretch out of it before you lift the rod to break the lead out. Otherwise you just lift the rod and all you do is you're stretching the elastic. Oh, what have we got here? I think we've got another pack of dogs. So who let the dogs out? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, a pack of dogs. If we get this other trace out, then we'll sort these out. Well, I've come for a sit down. It's been bloody busy, knackered. I might have a bite to eat and a cup of tea. Cake and a cup of tea. I'm sure I've got fish on the baits now, to be honest, but I can't be bothered to wind them in. sad sorry state of affairs, but there's nothing. If it is, it's just rattly stuff. One of them's a stinger rig, which hopefully it's got a live bait on it. The other one is some manky old lug on it. I just saw a big lunging bite on it. I might have to go down and check that out in a minute. But sit down, let's have a cup of tea. What did I do with my cup? Here it is. I think the waterproof trousers have had it. I need a new pair. Have to keep an eye out for some of those. He's splitting quite badly now. They were good while they lasted. They weren't expensive, so let me get some more. Cup of tea. And the secret weapon, a piece of cake. Yeah, it's non-stop. I've had 7 dogfish now, two or three whiting and a dab. And the most exciting fish of them all was the dab, because that was what we were hoping for. It wasn't a monster, but still good. First time I fished here at night. I was thinking, I have fished here before, but both times I fished here, it's been in the daylight. Thinking about it, never fished here at night. It's interesting because over there, you won't be able to see it on this camera, but there's a definite glow in the sky, and that's French lights. And of course you've got all the lights and things going on around the power stations. But the weather's, it's not cold, it's certainly not cold. I think it's going to be cold tomorrow. But yeah, good. Right, cake, cup of tea, big bite. Right, let's check some of these rods. I think the one on the right is probably well overdue a check. So let's wind it and have a look. Here we go. So, whiting, little whiting, little whiting. So, two little whiting, get them back, but they've been sat on there for a while now. Let's hope that the stinger rig has got a whiting that size on it, and it's sitting out there. It's good to see. Just lip hooked. Unbelievable. Just hooked in the lip. Let's make this one. This is a bit deeper, but not so deep that I can't get to the hook. Come on, spit it out. Right, get these two lively whiting back in the sea while they're still wriggling and jiggling. Oh, there, screw. So that's 4 whiting, 7 dogfish and a dab. Change these baits over. I've got rigged up now with worm and a bit of cuttlefish. See if that catches anything different. Stinger rig, see if we've got any bait on there. If we've got a little whiting on there alive, well then that's unfortunate. But it goes to show that it's working, and we'll put another bait out and put it out there. If there's no bait on there, well, we'll rebait it. So let's see. It has been out here for a while now, so there's every possibility that the bait on there has gone. Something tugging on there. That's coming up the beach. Oh, well, look at that. It had a perfect whiting on it, so that's a shame, isn't it? But we'll bait it up and we'll get it back out again. But it just goes to show that the system is working. So yeah, I'll get a new bait put onto that, get this whiting released, and we will have another go. Rattling, definitely rattling. This is the one that's got cuttle and worm on it. It's not been out very long. Another pair of whiting, not big, tiny little ones, lovely live bait size ones. Let's hope that's what's getting on the stinger rig. Right, let's wind this rod in and have a look. Jason's just had a really good bite. Looked like a bass bite, but the fish fought and then came off. So trouble is, bass have got big mouths, and we're using small hooks. So. Another whiting. Another whiting. Let's get this bait back straight back out. Right, so Jason's been fishing with virtually a whole mackerel. I mean, it was about 2/3 of a mackerel. It was a bloody huge bait, yeah. And it has been ragged. Ragged to nothing by the piranhas.
Absolutely gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely gone.
So piranhas. Another couple of whiting, but they've come up my line here. Well, and truly spun round it, but it doesn't look like there's any knots. It's just a spinner. Get the baits changed over, get this rod back out, get those whiting back. So we're just winding in the stinger rig. Again, it had a perfect bait on it. Lovely little whiting on there, look. Beautiful live bait. But it's come back untouched, so there's nothing eating the whiting, not eating my whiting anyway. But we'll keep on trying, keep on trying. Okay, it's time to wind in. The sea is getting very close. In fact, I'm going to have to move the camera before I wind in because it's getting quite close. Getting quite close indeed. So we'll move this up here a little way. You can get a view from here of the wind in. See if we've got any final fish of the expedition. The expedition to Wildest Kent. Is that seeing the rods or not? What's going on there? Yeah, I reckon so. So let's wind them in. See if we've got anything. Whoa! Whoa, walloping bite on here. That's the first walloping bite I've actually seen. So let's bind this one in, see what it's like that's walloping. Here we come. Some more whiting, I feel. Yeah, another pair of whiting. I have seriously lost count of the whiting I've caught now. Well, I have to say, this Penn Mag 4, fishing it with a fixed ball on, has been really nice as well. I'm going to have to do it now, 2 multipliers and compare and contrast, I think. So multiplier on my Ziplex MG4. It's all Mag 4s and M4s, isn't it? MG4, Mag 4. Right, were they the last fish? Were they the last fish? Let's find out. Now obviously this has got monofill on it, so it's not going to show up the rattly bites quite like that. Another 2 whiting. So that's the end of the night with 2 brace of whiting, which is taking my figures of whiting well up to the double figures, but whew. Well, what a cracking night we've had. Yeah, it's been absolutely non-stop, and to be honest, probably could have caught more fish if I'd been bothered to wind it in more. But definitely well into double figures of whiting, and I think I had 9 dogfish in the end. So, and of course the dab, which was the target species, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, cracking night. Dungeness definitely will be back. Yeah, and it's been fishable. It's not been cold. The wind has been a little bit strong from my right, but it's been fishable. Yeah, fantastic night. Now we know the score here, know where to park, now where to go. I think we'll come back. But we'll have another adventure. We want to go west. I want to go west now. I know Jason's talked about it, so maybe we'll go and find somewhere west to fish. But fantastic night. And I'll give you I'll show you the John Darling book, and we'll talk about what John Darling says about this mark, so that we can carry on with that review and revisitation of the John Darling Sea Angler's Guide to Great Britain and Ireland. But in the meantime, keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing. Woo!
So what does John say? He says, summertime, large bass taken on a variety of baits from the point and are often caught in large numbers on lures and fish baits from the Boyle, which is the power station warm water outfall. Large shoals of mackerel appear at high tide. Fishing for sole is especially good at night. Sometimes tope and stingrays are taken, as are conger eels and dogfish. Winter, the area between the beach opposite the offshore structure and the boats on the East Beach is probably the best place in Britain for large cod and black lugworms, live pouting and whiting, razorfish and fresh sprats. Much bait is washed up after a big storm, and it is the best time to fish.
And I know that I've got my problems, and sometimes I lay them on you, but hear me out and give me side.